everybody, back with another video. So today I want to talk about, sorry, I am going to feed my kid during this time. Today I want to talk about the mental state after a late diagnosis. The mental effects of a late diagnosis. So for me personally, and remember that self-diagnosis when it comes to autism is a valid diagnosis according to the autistic community. So, because testing, especially as an adult, is extremely difficult to make happen because doctors assume that you've been high functioning and you've been dealing with being autistic for so long without the diagnosis and without treatment that you're okay, which is not true at all, especially for women because we mask and we mirror. So my current dilemma that I've been kind of facing, not necessarily current dilemma. Hi, mommy is, can you look at the animals on the TV for me? So for me personally, I've been kind of like reflecting on practically my entire life at this point. Looking back on everything, every single choice that I've ever made in my life, like how much of it was me actually making a choice for myself and how much of it was me making a choice based on what I thought I was supposed to do, or how much of it was mimicking and mirroring and how much of it was genuine. All of my interests that I've ever had in my life, how much of it was like actually me being interested in. Well, the thing is that I think that a good deal of it I was interested in, but I probably wouldn't have been interested in it if I hadn't seen other people in my life doing it. Like, even down to me and my artistic side, I very, very distinctly remember that it was something that my brother very much enjoyed, and I wanted to do it. Because I thought it was awesome that my brother had so much talent, and I wanted to prove that I had talent like that too. And B, bonding with my brother. My brother and I had a very, very rough childhood, which we can totally get into at some point. But we had a very, very rough childhood. A lot of stuff that was not fun. And so I guess maybe trauma bonding. I mean, I have to look into that term a little bit more because I do understand trauma bonding, but I don't think I understand it enough to talk about it at this point. But yeah, like even down to that, like how much of that was a choice that I was making because I actually wanted to do it for myself, and how much of it was a choice that I was making because I saw my brother doing it and it made me, same with like all of my personality traits basically. Like a lot of people that knew me probably like 10 years ago, we'll say 10 years ago, knew me as like this very strong, independent, sexy person who knew exactly who I was and all of that jazz, and the truth is that it was all an act. Like I dreaded leaving my house every single time I left my house. I overextended myself to no end, to kind of try and become what I wanted to be instead of what I actually was. In this particular case, I'm talking about hula hoop dance, which I did enjoy while I was doing it, but I kind of lost my passion for it. And honestly, now I'm questioning how much of it was me losing my passion for it because it was actually something that I wanted to do for myself, or because my best friend did it and she always kind of seemed to have like this confidence about her, that attracted other people, and I wanted that. I wanted the same thing. So how much of my joy of hula hooping, and stuff like that was actually me really enjoying it, or was me enjoying being seemingly awesome and a badass, and somebody that everybody liked and everybody wanted to be around and stuff like that. You know, how much of that was actually me? Um, I mean, everything in my life is now under an intense microscope, my own my own microscope, but like I have to reevaluate my entire life at this point, because who am I at this point? You know, the autistic my autistic brain is like, and I think that might have been like a good deal of what happened after my accident with my ankle. Again, another trauma thing that we'll get into at some point. Long story short, I had a pretty bad accident. I had a dog attack me, and I fell off of my bike and popped the bone clear out of my ankle, and had to do some pretty intensive physical therapy and surgery and stuff like that. So yeah, so that was really fun. But anyway, I think that after that happened and I wasn't able to hula hoop anymore and I wasn't able to get around, that was also when I had a pretty intense, I don't know what exactly happened. It felt like a stroke or something like that, but it's still a mystery what happened. It hasn't happened since. But I had a pretty intense medical thing happen, and there were some other issues, trying to get some medication right, and trying to there was just a lot of things, and I feel like, oh, that was when my fibros started flaring really, really bad too. I had some medical stuff going on. I had to get on a special diet. I couldn't drink anymore. All of those kind of things. So, when you kind of strip all those things away, I mean, because that's pretty much what my life was. It was nanny by day, pool playing hula hoop badass at night. But was I really that? I mean, was that really who I was? And then the accident, I couldn't hula hoop, and I couldn't do all of the fun active stuff after my accident, after my the fibro flare, that really like kind of changed everything. The dietary stuff that kind of changed everything. After that, I feel like I kind of lost part of my identity, because it may not have actually been part of my identity. It's easy to lose something that that isn't necessarily reality. It's easy to I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I just it's just interesting, because you think, you know, a diagnosis is a diagnosis, right? So it's like whatever, but like I've literally spent my entire life thinking that I'm neurotypical. Not necessarily thinking that I'm neurotypical, because I would be lying if I said that I ever felt normal. I ever felt that, and I use I'm really trying to work on my vernacular, because I know that normal is not the right word. It's neurotypical. I am normal. I'm just normal as an autistic. person. I might not be normal as neurotypical, but I am normal as autistic. So I'm trying to work on the vernacular because that's kind of hard, and maybe we'll make a video on that too, but at some point. But today's video, I'm trying to stay on point. So yeah, so it's a lot more than just getting a diagnosis. You have to actually like think about so much, because you just being autistic, I spent most of my life putting on a mask. I've spent most of my life pretending to be what I wanted, what I saw in others that I wanted to be. You know, I spent my whole life modeling myself to not feel like so much of an alien. And here I am, almost 40, not knowing who the hell I am, not knowing how much of what is autistic and how much of what is not, and yeah, it's a challenge, and it takes a lot. It's definitely a mental burden, and it's sad, because it just, you know, and then there's the mourning for the person that you were too, or the person that you thought you were, or the child that never got to actually blossom into who they actually are, or never got the help that they wanted or they needed, wanted as well, but needed was the word I was looking for. There's so much emotional burden in discovering that you've got something going on with you so late in life, especially something as complex as autism. I mean, a lot has changed in the time frame that I've learned that I'm autistic. A lot. I've learned how to forgive myself a lot more. So there's a lot of positives to it, especially because now I can start kind of being my authentic self and not feeling as guilty about it, or not feeling as weird and awkward about it. I just have to figure out who my authentic self is, I guess. But yeah, for anybody that I interact with on a regular basis that is watching right now, like in real life interact, if you start noticing that I seem more autistic now than I used to, it's literally because I'm trying to be more authentic. I'm trying to not hide the things that kind of had like a neon arrow light at me saying autistic, 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 weird, 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 you know. Yeah, I'm trying to be, I don't know what I just said. I don't know if any of that made sense, but anyway, it basically it means that I'm trying to be more comfortable with you. I'm trying to make our relationship more authentic and stuff like that. So if you find me doing more autistic activities and stuff like that, if you see me like staring up at the wall and rocking, like that is something that I do when I'm by myself. So if I do it in front of you, it means that I'm comfortable with you, or I'm trying to be comfortable with you. But yeah, I mean, I definitely see a lot of changes, and even like my relationships with her, like my mother-in-law, or her best friend slash roommate, we call her Auntie B. Even with people like them, I'm feeling way more authentic and a little more, a little less awkward because I'm trying not to. I notice when I mask, and I notice when I mimic and mirror, and I'm trying to correct that as much as it needs to be corrected. But taking care of myself and my mental state is like primarily my goal at this point. I mean, well, taking care of my kid is number one of importance, but to be able to take care of her to the best of my ability, I have to be in the right state of mind, and I have to take care of myself mentally. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. But yeah, I know I've had some people ask, since some people that I like actually interact with and see, ask about this, and I deeply appreciate that, because I feel like the more understanding of people that I actually see and communicate with on a regular basis, the more I feel comfortable to kind of explore about myself and stuff like that, and explore being authentic, I guess. So yeah, so I'm on my journey now, and I'm reevaluating things, and I'm trying to not do it all in one go, because that can get very overwhelming and frustrating, and what color is yours? Between that and mourning for that little girl that didn't get what she needed, and is trying to fight to get what she needs now, which is very difficult to do as a woman that has been hiding this and seemingly high functioning. So yeah, so be patient with me. I'm doing the best I can. I really am. And I'm exploring as many ways to learn to be a functioning member of society, a functioning member of my household, and things like that. Functioning adult. These are things that I'm working for really, really hard. So yeah, be patient with me. But yeah, let's talk about it some more if you guys want to. I'm here. You guys know how to get a hold of me on Facebook for the most part. Yeah. I'll see you guys later. Remember that you are loved and cared for, and you're beautiful exactly how you are. Even if it doesn't feel that way all the time, you are. And yeah, I hope that you learned something from this video. I hope that it actually meant something. I don't know, but anyway, I love you guys. We'll talk some more soon. And yeah, have a great day.